SP does not benefit from the increase in tariffs directly. The increase in the Q4 2020 tariffs are primarily due to fuel cost increases.
I understand that the prices of electricity will fluctuate with need to fluctuate with the crude oil prices or the natural gas prices. However, in terms of pricing the electricity tariff, one question I want to ask is that did Singapore Power make a lot of profit from 2012 to 2018? Okay, when the electricity prices market collapsed, but they haven't passed on the benefits to the consumer.
Electricity tariffs and gas prices generally move in tandem with global fuel prices, and they've averaged around 24.58 cents per kilowatt hour and 18.36 cents per kilowatt hour respectively since January 2018. Since dipping to their lowest levels in the past 20 years in April 2020, fuel prices rose by 46.6% in the third quarter of 2020. This is in tandem with the global resumption of global economic activity. So the electricity and gas tariffs therefore rose to 22.93 cents per kilowatt hour and 17.19 cents per kilowatt hour in the fourth quarter this year as fuel prices rebounded. It is worth pointing out that the fourth quarter 2020 tariffs still remain at 11.6% lower than Q1 of 2020 and 6.7% lower than the average electricity tariff between January 2018 till September 2020. There are about 47% of all households today. They will not be affected by new tariff prices because they have already switched to the open electricity market. We have also provided Singaporean households with more support for their utility bills this year. I'm past my 50-year mark, and in all my 50-odd years, this is the first time I've seen the government spending so much to support all of us here in this country.
Here is a power grid monopolist who does not generate electricity but make billions of dollars since the liberalization of the electricity market in 2012, sparing no time in raising prices at the first available opportunity. Given that Singaporeans struggle under the COVID-19 crisis, while the increase is for paying a higher price for the power generating companies, the Gencos, SP Group could have easily absorbed the increase from the past profits it has earned, instead of passing the increased cost on to consumers.
SP does not benefit from the increase in tariffs directly. The increase in the Q4 2020 tariffs are primarily due to fuel cost increases. We are a very small country, and 95% of our power supply comes from fossil fuels. We are subject to the fluctuations, and I've said it many a time that the Gencos too need to have some form of returns because they have also invested significantly in the infrastructure here in our country.
Let me clarify that for SP Group is the grid operator. So they provide the infrastructure to transmit and distribute the electrons that are being produced by the generation companies. So what SP Group's returns, how that's determined, the Energy Market Authority will then look at what is the asset that SP Group has put in place and calculate what is the fair rate of return for those assets. So it's actually separate from the price of electricity in the wholesale market that is not what SP Group earns. So as Minister Tan was saying earlier, that's what the Gencos are charging for producing the electricity. I think Mr. Leong needs to understand what the facts are so that we can have a meaningful discussion based on accurate facts.
Given the unsettling effect of price changes quarter to quarter, would the ministry perhaps use this opportunity to encourage more Singaporeans to go on the fixed price plan?
It is actually in the interests of many people to switch to the open market retailer. If it is possible, I think that most households should look at many of these plans that are available and move on to a more fixed price package, because I think in the ensuing quarters ahead there should continue to be all this volatility and fluctuations. We expect more of it to happen. Thank you.